I've gone up to 5 mg on Zepbound, and it's a whole new world. Well, it's a little bit different. I am going to cover today weeks 5 and 6 because I'm a little bit behind, so I'm kind of trying to catch up. And I'm going to let you know about a change that I'm going to make going forward. If you're new here, I'm Rebecca. Welcome to my GLP-1 journey. If you're returning, thank you very much for coming back. And if you'd like to join me on my GLP-1 journey, I would very much appreciate it if you would hit subscribe. Helps me out a lot. But let's get into it. So last week when I told you I lost 8 pounds during my first 4 weeks, and I was going up to 5 mg after discussing it with my doctor. And I am traveling in a few weeks, and so I wanted to push my injection day up to Monday. I don't know that I'm going to go to Sunday, but I did move it up to Monday, which is taking it a day early, which really shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it was quite a jolt. I mean, it wasn't just doing it a little bit early. I kind of felt it, but it was okay. And so Tuesday, I was doing okay. I actually had bread, beans, and rice for dinner, and it was a little bit high in carbs, but I felt fine. I didn't feel like that was any kind of an issue. And then on Wednesday, I have a typical salad that I have for dinner. It's just got lots of stuff in it. Strawberries and cucumber and shredded carrots and some greens and some shredded cabbage. And then I put a little salmon fillet, a baked salmon fillet, fresh out of the oven, right on top, and a little bit of dressing. And I've eaten that for a long time. In fact, we almost have that once a week for dinner. And I've had it the previous month on my 2.0 on Zepbound, and it was fine. And so Wednesday night, I pulled out the same bowl that I make it in, and I made my salad, and I sat down and I started eating, and I wasn't thinking about it. And just before I finished, I looked down, and I'm looking at it thinking, I shouldn't finish this. And I didn't feel full. I know people talk about getting fuller faster, and for me, I don't really have, at least not yet, I don't really have a huge full feeling, but I did have like this voice in my head that said, you should stop now. And sure enough, about 2 hours later, I could feel it. I could feel it in my stomach. It felt like I had a giant brick in my stomach, and I'm like, okay, this isn't good. And so I actually took 2 Dulcolax because I thought this isn't moving like at all. So I took the 2 Dulcolax hoping that would help. It's like it felt stuck in my stomach. And I do know that everything slows down. So it had slowed down before, but this was different. This was just way too much volume, even though it wasn't, I don't know. It was just too much. So Wednesday, I still feel like there's a brick in my abdomen. I did have a shake, I think, and or maybe 2. I only had 680 calories on Thursday because I was just I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat. I didn't get nauseous. Thank you very much. But I was just very uncomfortable, and I swear it took 4 days, and it felt like a brick the entire time. 4 days going through me, and it was the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, before I felt like, okay, I'm over this. And I did not end up constipated. I did have a little bit of diarrhea, and I think I mentioned that to you before, that tends to happen to me when there's a problem in my GI system. So I did have some of that, but I didn't have any constipation, thanks be to God. And so I got through it, and I was able to eat by like Friday, Saturday, and the weekend. So it was okay, but I swear it was the attack of the killer salad. That was so uncomfortable for so many days. I'm not doing it that way again. So I kept to Monday for my shot, which would have been my sixth shot. So starting week number 6 was also 5 milligrams. And I weighed myself the next morning because I'm still weighing myself on Tuesday morning, and I went down 3.7 pounds. So I guess the killer salad helped me lose some weight because, yeah, not good. I did get in some walking though. Even I thought that might help if this is just stuck. Maybe walking. So I was really kind of glad that I had just started walking, and so that probably helped, and that might have helped with like severe side effects from the killer salad. So I took my 6th shot on Monday the 28th of July, and Tuesday I only got in 540 calories. I was feeling fine. I just couldn't eat. And then Wednesday the calorie count went up. And then Thursday was more normal. Friday was more normal. The weekend I was getting 1,200 to 1,300 calories. So I was feeling much better. And I continued to walk, and I continued to do all the things, and I ate well. And by the way, week 6 last week, I did eat another salad like that, but I got a smaller bowl. I did not use the same bowl I've always used. I used a smaller bowl, same salad, just smaller volume, and I was fine. I didn't have a problem with it at all. And then I got on the scale, and after week 6, and this is what it said. So, yes, I was extremely disappointed in not losing anything. I didn't go up, and I know I stayed within my calorie deficit, and I know I had increased my movement. So I'm just going to accept it for what it is. I'm at 237.2. So overall, after 6 weeks, I am down 11.8 pounds, almost 12 pounds. So it's almost a 2, even with a 0 for this week. It's still almost 2 pounds a week, and I'm still very happy with that. It was disappointing not seeing it move, but overall, I'm happy. But I am going to change something going forward, and I think you may not agree with me. And I think there are people that are very against this, and there are people very for it. But I have done this before, and I am going to choose to fast the day after I take my shot. On 5 for 2 weeks, and even on 4, but to a lesser extent, the day after I take my shot, I am just struggling to get in the calories. I just am. And I have fasted, I have done intermittent fasting before when I lost my 65 pounds about 10 years ago, and I feel good doing it, and it works for me. And so I figure if I can only get in 500 calories that day, why am I fighting it? So I'm going to do, it's going to come out to probably about a 36-hour fast. So it'll be Monday night after dinner. I won't eat on Tuesday, and then I will have my protein shake first thing Monday morning, and that'll end up about 36 hours, give or take. And I'm going to see how that goes on Zepbound. Obviously, I've never done it on a GLP-1 before, so I don't know if I'm going to feel great or if I'm going to feel terrible, but I'll find out. So I call it a cleanse day. Because your body goes into that, what do they call it, autophagy, and sometimes it can feel really good. So I will definitely let you know next week how that went and how I'm feeling about it, and whether I'm going to continue to do that. I hope you join me. All right, bye.